understand and I don't agree.
It's because you're emotionally evolved.
No.
Listen real quick.
I don't like the narrative that because somebody doesn't agree with you, that means their emotions are at play. I don't have to agree with what you're saying and it come from an emotional standpoint. I don't agree with your views, your value, your standpoint. I don't agree.
Listen, baby girl, listen, I know you don't agree because you're on a stripper pole. Usually,
okay,
when you're doing something
what does that have to do with me agreeing with what you saying? A gay person in a
it's very simple. Look, time out. Your views are already perverted. That's what led you. Listen, time out. One mic at a time.
I know people that you. I know male degenerates that you are friends with, and you just sat up here and said you distanced yourself from them. But I've seen them on this podcast, and I can name the degenerate things that they've done if I really wanted to. So you
people that smoke weed?
No, that ain't it. I'm talking about sexual activities that make them degenerates. I ain't even talking about weed. And I've seen them on this podcast, on the clips that I did view. I've seen their faces.
I've had a gay person on this podcast?
No, if that's the only
I've never had a gay person.
That's not what
How would you know though? How would you know though?
No, stop with the gay. So the only way for a man to be degenerate to you is for him to do something gay?
No, that's not what I'm saying. But anyways, let's get back on topic.
I didn't say gay.
Let's get back on topic.
That you were friends with on this podcast do degenerate things in a sexual nature that don't have to do with homosexuality, and you didn't separate yourself from them. You might not have known the degenerate things they've done behind, whether it's targeting younger women when they're 30 plus because they know they're more susceptible to
what younger women?
I was one of those younger women.
How old were you?
20.
Okay, so a man, look at chat, this is funny. So a man that's in their 30s talking to a woman that's 20, you think that's degenerate?
No. I didn't say that. I said what was asked and what was the seductive nature.
No, you just said
one mic at a time.
I'm the host. I'm gonna speak. You are accusing me having people on this podcast. No, listen. You're accusing me of having people on this podcast that was talking to younger women. I just asked you something, and you said it was you. I said, how old are you? You said you're 20.
No, I'm not 20 now. I was 20 then.
I said, how old were you at the time? You were 20 years old. At the time, okay, you were 20 years old at the time. How is that anything degenerate? An older man talking to a girl that's younger?
That's not what I said was the degenerate part. You skipped past what was the degenerate part. I said,
I already told you.
Purposely going out of their way. No, in my personal opinion, it is degenerate when a man 30 plus intentionally seeks out women in their early 20s
Nothing is wrong with that. Okay, listen.
To seduce them for a certain reason.
Stop it right there. Wrong. You are incorrect.
I'm not.
Yes, she is wrong because most older guys are going to seek younger women due to the simple fact older women turn into know-it-alls, and a lot of older women are used up. They don't even know how to be youthful anymore. So right there, she's not making any sense.
Wrong. That's my opinion.
Let me stop you there, right? And this is what I'm saying, what I wanted to tell you before. The reason why you ended up on a stripper pole is because your mind is perverted anyway and it's diluted.
You don't know what my mind is.
Your thinking is already perverted. One mic at a time. I'll let you speak, and I was asking you questions, and I'll let you finish through. Got it, right? So what I'm saying is this. Your thinking was already perverted, which then led you to the stripper pole to do a degenerate action. Because you sliding down a pole and let another nigga slap your butt and throw money on you is disgusting and degrading. Yeah, you say you don't let niggas do that, but I'm sure they do. I can probably call up my homie right now and see what's good.
And that same homie that we probably talking about is the one that did the degenerate actions that I'm talking about.
Okay, but you were 20 years old. That's what you're trying to say. That's not degenerate.
You're legal. Okay, so
he's right. She was legal. She's over the age of 18. She took the initiative to go get on the pole so she could take her clothes off. Like he said, she is perverted due to the simple fact she knows what she's doing and the reaction she's going to get from the man in the sexual nature.
So, and my question to you was, is the only thing that makes a man degenerate being homosexual? Because okay, so what makes a man degenerate to you? Because I said,
let's get into
if a man 30 plus seduces a woman 10 years his senior,
what about a woman?
It's still degenerate.
No, but like a woman,
crazy.
But like a woman 20 knowing that she's going into a club knowing it's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. No. In there, you know you about to go in there and they about to
no. And that's fine. What I'm asking him is...
See, even our own friend is breaking it down to her, but she still refuses to be accountable to what everyone's telling her. You are the degenerate one because you know what you're doing in the perverted way.
From his part, because from what I was getting, it seems like the only thing that he was saying that made a man degenerate is homosexuality. Because
no.
You're
trying to switch it up. You're trying to backpedal now.
I'm asking because my point was
you're trying to backpedal.
You're man
totally
30 plus. No, I'm not. For me, I
wrong.
feel like it's degenerate behavior for a man 30 plus to seduce women 10 years his senior in coerce.
That's not a seduce. So one, let's make some corrections here, right? What do you think about a woman? What do you think about it? What's the one woman? Dane.
Drea?
We got Drea talking to the young basketball player. He's 19 years old. She's 35 years old.
That's nasty.
You think that's inappropriate?
That's nasty.
Okay, wrong.
From your
listen, ladies. Y'all can feel how y'all want to feel, but at the end of the day, here are the facts, right? Because I only speak facts. At the end of the day, when a woman becomes 18, guess what? She is legal. She is legal to drive. She is legal to she legal to smoke marijuana in certain states. She isn't legal to drink alcohol, maybe in certain countries, right? But she's legal. She has full agency and responsibility over her body. Agency is a woman having responsibility. So if you have responsibility, you must have authority over your actions, right? So when you're at 18, you are legal. So a man, you talking about one of my friends talking to you when you was 20 years old. Bro, they do what they supposed to do. You get them out of young.
I didn't even lay out yours.
And he's right. This is what most men are going to do. There's not really an age gap whenever it comes to dating because you cannot control who you like. And when it comes to sexual nature, a lot of people do not have any age restraints. The only time that there is age restraints is when you start talking about marriage and you start talking about a lifetime commitment. But if people are just trying to clap each other's cheeks, trust me, they barely take age into account.
Assuming what I'm talking about. Listen, I said sexual acts. Talking in a sexual act.
I wouldn't want any of my friends talking to no girls that's taking any girls. If they is doing it, it's like, man, that's your choice. But would I recommend it? I wouldn't recommend any of my friends to be talking to a girl that's sliding down a pole. That's just my recommendation. I would never recommend it.
Unless you're trying to clap cheeks. Now, back in the day, we used to go to the strip clubs and get women all the time. Sometimes you had to pay. Sometimes it was for free. But when women throw themselves into the underground world and you throw yourself into that dark side of the world, a man loves that side of a woman. He loves the sexual side of the woman. He loves sleazy women. He loves what's easy in the bedroom, but it's not what he wants to marry. And women cannot separate the two.
The strip club saying that they were with the strippers in there, so okay.
I don't recommend it. That's what I'm saying. If they go ahead and do it, that's what they want to go ahead and do.
Okay, but do you think that an 18-year-old, 19-year-old is mentally mature enough to deal with someone who is 35, 40 years old?
Yeah, 100%. If your 18-year-old daughter comes to you with her 35-year-old boyfriend,
that's what I just said.
How does your view? That's
I'll
okay with you?
explain it to you. Yes.
No,
I gotta I'm gonna go ahead and put my 2 cents on there. I don't think that the average 18-year-old woman needs to be in a relationship with a 35-year-old man. But in a lot of cases, whenever these women are broken, and they're from the streets, and pretty much they're throwing themselves out there and they're growing up, they're going to end up around a whole bunch of greasy grown men. It's the dark world.
Asking you.
I will explain it to you. I'll give you a detailed answer if you want it, right?
No, I'm asking.
I'll give you that answer. Listen, stop talking. Listen to understand. Got you. Men and women are different, right? Since men and women are different, it takes time for a man to acquire value. Like I said in the beginning of the podcast, since it takes time for a man to become a man, usually it's going to be older, right? For a woman, she's born with her value. So it doesn't take any time. The more time she waits, that's more opportunities for her to get smashed by this, smashed and dumped by this, and it's more emotional trauma being packed on, and it's harder for her to submit to a masculine man. No. So for a woman, she's at her prime value, her peak value when she's young. When she's 18, 19, 20. Let me finish. When she's young, 18, 19, 20 years old, 21 years old, pretty much the value, a woman is at her prime value when she's in, because attraction isn't symmetrical, meaning that what you find attractive in a man, the man doesn't find attractive in you. He doesn't want those same characteristic traits. Men don't want a strong, masculine, dominant woman, a woman that knows this and got this in order, a woman that studied this and had this degree. We don't care about that. We don't look for that in a woman. So you're trying to
about that.
No. Listen, men in general do not care about this. Time out. You only think that men care about that because niggas lie to you. They lie to you. Smash.
Men do not want the same thing from women that a woman wants out of a man. What women do is they go out and become the man that they want to be. They get the job, they start to buy the car, they start to get the house, they start to do the things that they want inside of a man. But once she builds herself up, she's like, hey, if I was a guy, I would like me for all of my success. But what she's not realizing is when a man looks at a woman, he's looking for something that's submissive, something that's going to be peaceful, something that's going to be nurturing. And he doesn't see that whenever she's trying to match him success for success, material things for material things. Women got it backwards. The more money they get, the more they try to say, I'm valuable. No, you think a man is valuable. So you think a man's going to want you for the same things you want a man for, and it doesn't work that way.
Listen, you talk about listen, because I want you to I want you to listen.
Have to scream
listen,
for me.
I don't care. It's my podcast. Listen, you think what you think is because lied to you to smash. I'm not trying to smash. I'm keeping it real.
You talking about?
You get it? I'm not trying to hook up with none of y'all.
If you want a stupid little girl who's going to obey you, it's
you moving.
You're prying on.
I'm speaking over here.
But okay, it sounds like you're prying on little ass girls. But that's what you're saying. You're saying that women. Okay, but I'll let you talk. So it's my turn. You're saying that men prefer younger women because of what you're basically saying is that's our prime time. That's our prime time. But what I'm saying is,
what are you saying?
What I'm saying is, to me, from what it sounds like from a lot of men who pry on younger girls,
not on what.
But how they think of it is
speak on what I'm going.
The that little younger girls are gonna let you slide with. You know for a fact, a woman who got her together is not gonna let it fly. And you guys want control.
It's not about slide.
That's what it's about.
You rarely see older guys dating younger women just so they could run all over them. You never see that. When older guys have younger women, they spoil these women. They give them whatever they want. They actually submit to the younger girl and guide her at the same time. Prime example, Pablo Escobar had a younger wife that he just spoiled to death. They're not getting with younger women to say, I'm going to run all over this woman. They get with younger women because it's easier for them to feel like the man in the relationship. Older women want to be combative. They want to know everything. They want to argue all the time. Men want to love a woman. The younger woman, it's just easier to conform. You rarely see an older man with a younger woman that he's using.
Because you're talking about education and that means that niggas don't give a fuck about you being educated.
Correct. There are immoral people. Listen, what am I going to tell you?
That's what I'm saying.
Let me speak to her. I get what you're saying. Of course, any human being would, if someone wants to take advantage of someone, and if they have this mindset to take advantage of someone, they're going to do it. If they're old, young, the same age, they're going to do that, right? So we know that there are men with bad motives. One mic at a time, I'm speaking. We know that there are men with bad motives. I don't disagree with that. I agree with that, right? We know that there are women with bad motives. Like, for example, Drea talking to a younger guy. Her motives could be good and pure, right? Or her motives could be, well, I'm going to get this dude that's in the NBA that's young. I could finesse him, get this bag, and take advantage of it. I can make up that excuse, right? Because we know that women do it and did it before, right? But those are just bad people in general. We get that. I'm not talking about that.
And he's right. When we're talking about bad people versus good people, he's right. Some people out there, they're just bad. They're going to take advantage of someone, but they do not represent the majority. When it comes to the majority, the average person wants to be loved and wants to want to be in a decent relationship, but you always have good people end up relationships with bad people whose intentions were to use them. And now we live in a world where all the hurt people are coming together and making it look like the whole world is out to get each other, and they're not.
We get it. I understand that. I'm talking about Generally speaking, men have a natural proclivity to find a liking in a soft, feminine, submissive woman. What type of women have those things and still have a lower body count? Usually younger women. The probability is higher for a younger woman.
A 5-year-old.
What are you talking about? What?
You are talking about children. Right. You're talking about children.
Stop it.
See, they taking it too far. That man is not talking about a child. See, why do you have to take it so far in order for you to try to win a relationship? A man is not preying on a teenager. He's preying on just a younger woman who has not been through a whole bunch of drama and who is dealing with emotional issues and mental issues from being in and out of relationship. The sooner he can get the woman when she's of age before she could go through all these guys, the better it's going to be. But we live in a society now where women are trying to have as many guys as they want to get it out of their system before they choose a husband. But unfortunately, you can't choose a husband because the more men you sleep with, the harder it is for you to understand who you are.
Desire purity. We don't desire all these other things that you're talking about, right? Just listen to understand and stop giving emotional reactions.
We're not.
Listen, I'm peeling all the layers back. I'm going to the biology of it, right? I granted you what you said. Got it. I understand. Now listen to what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Men just have a natural proclivity for a feminine, soft, submissive woman. And the highest probability of getting that is normally a younger person because they've experienced less, right? That's just the facts. The more you experience, the more you go through in life, the more dick you had, the more trauma you've been through, the more baggage you will bring to that man. So guess what? Guess what? A smart man and a man that earns something and knows how things work and the world operates, right? He knows women's nature. He's like, okay, well, this 30-year-old, well, dang, she been with this dude, been with that dude. She's gonna suffer more trauma, right? The 18-year-old, there are 18-year-olds and 19 and 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds that been through things too. Well, we stay away from those girls, like the girls that's on the stripper pole that's 20 years old. Well, we don't want to deal with those girls. But there are girls, the probability is much higher for a younger girl to just have been through less is what I'm saying. So since the probability is higher that a younger girl been through less, most men are attracted to less because we don't care about all of your accomplishments and the goals that you're going through. Because even when we get into a relationship, my money is your money and your money is your money. So what the freak? Why do I care about your accomplishments and the things that you're doing? I don't give a freak about that. I want a woman to be soft, feminine, submissive, and be a cheerleader.
And he's right. We're just looking for less drama. That lets us know that the relationship is going to be peaceful. A real man is always planning to take care of his woman, regardless of how much money she makes. But a man doesn't want to deal with a problematic woman that have been through too much drama in her life. That's what women are failing to realize.
And follow my lead. Guess what? The other girl. And you making little comments while I'm speaking.
No, because
cool. Listen, at the end of the day, it's totally
honestly,
fine. No. Listen,
I haven't heard a man say he wanted a woman to be a cheerleader, honestly.
Okay, I got you.
Took me by
I'm
surprise.
speaking, now you're being a little disrespectful and annoying, okay?
Okay.
Got you. So listen, when I'm speaking, shut up.
Father.
Don't speak. It's very simple. Or you can get off the podcast.
Some shut up.
I've had to warn you many of times. If you don't like it, you can leave.
I'm really not worried about that. It's just
no. Listen. If you don't want to actually, when I'm speaking, and listen to understand instead of listening to respond and give these little side comments, if you can't do that, the door is there and it's okay.
Or you could just, if you want me to leave, you can ask me to leave.
No, it's totally fine. If you do it again, I will have to kick you out. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna get into that. It's like I'm a father. Now you clapping. Listen, none of that. It's like I'm a father and I gotta say one strike here, third strike, you out. So you got two. One more strike. You out.
Okay.
So let me finish and land my plane. And then I'll let all of y'all go. It's very simple, right? So you were saying something, right? And I granted you what you said. And I'm not saying that, there aren't guys, right? I'm not saying that there aren't guys that would be like, you know what? Yeah, I want a girl that's gonna be younger, just because I could get away with more things. I'm sure that there are guys like that, just like there are women that gonna talk to a young NBA player so she can get away with things, right? We know that there's people like that. Can you grant me that? Okay. I'm not talking about none of that. So let's put those to the side. Those are the two extremes.
All right, guys. This is about as much as I can react to. If you want to watch the full video, go down to the No Figures Podcast, Coolest School's Delusional Woman, and you can watch the rest of the video. Until then, comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels. Hasta la vista.